Tony Russo was standing alone in his closed auto shop when everything finally sank in. The lights were off, but rain still found its way through a small crack in the roof, dripping steadily onto the concrete floor, each drop echoing louder than the last. His toolbox sat in the corner, exactly where it had been for years, except now there was a white envelope taped to it. A termination letter. No warning. No explanation. Just a few cold sentences telling him he was done. Fired. After 22 years of showing up early, staying late, and fixing cars like they belonged to his own family. Tony stared at the paper, his chest tight, his hands shaking slightly, thinking about the moment that led here. One decision, one act of help, and the question that wouldn't leave him alone. How could helping someone nearly cost him everything? Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're new here, click on the subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. 6 months earlier, Tony's life was painfully ordinary in the best way. He lived in a modest house outside Cleveland, drove the same pickup he'd owned for over a decade, and spent most evenings eating dinner alone at his kitchen table, listening to the hum of the refrigerator. His wife, Laura, had passed away 3 years before after a short illness, and since then, routine was how Tony survived. Wake up at 5. Coffee black. Open the shop by 6. Fix what's broken. Keep your head down. That was the deal he made with life. At Russo Auto, customers trusted him because he never talked down to them, never added repairs they didn't need. If it can wait, I'll tell you, he'd say. If it's unsafe, I won't let you drive away. That reputation mattered to him. It was the last thing that felt solid in a world that had already taken too much. One Tuesday afternoon, just before closing, a beat-up blue sedan limped into the parking lot. The engine coughed like it was fighting for air. A woman stepped out, maybe early 40s, tired eyes, hair pulled back like she hadn't had time to think about it. Her name was Melissa Carter. She explained, quietly embarrassed, that the car had been stalling on her way home from work. Tony popped the hood, listened for less than a minute, and knew what it was. A failing fuel pump. It wasn't cheap. When he told her the estimate, Melissa swallowed hard and looked down at the cracked pavement. I don't get paid until next Friday, she said. I just need it to last a little longer. I have 2 kids. I can't miss work. Tony felt that familiar pull in his chest, the one that reminded him of Laura's voice saying, do the right thing, even when no one's watching. Tony could have sent her away. Shop policy was clear. No temporary fixes, no unpaid work, no exceptions. Instead, he did something small that would later be called a serious violation. He adjusted the system just enough to keep the car running safely for a short time. This isn't a real fix, he told her. You'll need to come back. But it should get you through the week. Melissa's eyes filled with tears she tried to hide. Thank you,